Hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today, and a very warm welcome to the video, which is finally a makeup video. It's been so long, hasn't it, since I've sat in this room and put on a full face of makeup for you. It's just been too hot. Really, I just couldn't face it because I'd put the makeup on and it'd just melt straight off in the heat. And as I film this now, the UK is coming into its fifth heat wave of the summer. Fifth heat wave of the summer. But anyway, I'm just going to be a trooper today and just get on with it. The hair is up and yeah, we're going for it. It's fairly early in the morning, so we're not at the full, you know, height of the hot midday sun yet. So Lisa Eldridge is what today's video is going to be all about, and I'm really excited for this because I think Lisa Eldridge would be one of my favourite brands of the high-end category. Every single product is of such high quality. It really is. The products are consistently good as well. Whatever you buy from Lisa Eldridge, you know that the quality is going to be there. There's been so much thought gone into every single product, the packaging, the formulas, the colours. Lisa really knows what she's doing. She has got so much experience and knowledge. She's been in the beauty industry for many years. I personally have followed her since, oh goodness me, when was it? When she first started her YouTube channel years and years ago. I've learned so much from her. I learned how to do my own makeup from watching Lisa's videos back in the day. Eyeshadow techniques. I learned how to do my lips, just colours and what goes with what and that kind of thing, how to work with different formulas. She just knows it all. Honestly, what Lisa Eldridge doesn't know about makeup is not worth knowing. That is true. She's a makeup historian as well. She's written a book, she's done a documentary on it. She is a wealth of knowledge and information, and last year she even got an MBE as well, didn't she, from Buckingham Palace. So she is very highly regarded in her field. So I'm gonna get on with the video now and stop waffling on. Before I do though, please excuse my nails. They're a mess, honestly. I had them done last month for a holiday and they're all grown out now. You see, I need them doing, and I've even had one that's come off. It's completely come off. So please don't look at my nails, excuse them, look at the beautiful lovely makeup that I'm going to use instead. Okay, and yeah, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. So for my base product today, I'm going to be using Lisa Eldridge's Seamless Skin Foundation. This one in this beautifully shaped bottle here. Isn't it gorgeous? The packaging on Lisa Eldridge's products, it's just so beautiful and glamorous. You'll see as I go through all of these products. There's a lot of this lovely gold colour. It's gorgeous. Anyway, Seamless Skin Foundation. I have this in the shade number 8 and it's lovely. It's a medium coverage, I would say, buildable coverage. So if you like more of a medium full coverage, you could definitely get that out of this. I'm going to start with 2 pumps like that. And I'm just going to dot these all over my face. Like so. And then I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush. Loving this brush at the moment for foundation. So good at just blending everything in. And yeah, I love this foundation. It's, if you've got combination skin, it's a really nice one, because I find that whatever my skin is going through on a particular day, whether I'm having a dry day, an oily day, a sensitive day, this foundation just works, you know. It's, I don't know how she's done it, but it just seems to be able to cope with whatever my skin throws at it, which can be quite a lot sometimes. It kind of reminds me of the new one by Makeup Forever, which I have spoke about a lot on this channel. I really like that one. The, what's it called? The Makeup Forever Skin Balancing, I think it's called, foundation. I really like that one. It's a fuller coverage though, that one is. This one is more of a medium coverage. But day to day, I don't want full coverage day to day. I just want a medium because I like to be able to see my skin through my foundation. And if I want to build it up to be a fuller coverage, I can do that. So I think this foundation is more versatile in that way. Um, so yeah, this shade number 8, I did get colour matched in Space NK because here in the UK we can buy Lisa Eldridge at Space NK or online. And if you go in and get colour match, that's probably the best way to do it. This shade number 8, it's light with peach undertones. And it's probably not a shade I would have chosen for myself if I'd been shopping online, to be honest with you. And I never thought I had peach undertones in my skin. But yeah, the lady at Space NK said that I do. So who am I to know these things? I would always say though, if you can, get a sample. I got myself a sample of this before I bought the whole bottle because obviously it's quite pricey, isn't it? And in the past I have made some expensive mistakes when I've just, you know, gone in and bought a foundation bottle without trying it first. So at Space NK they're quite generous with the foundation samples. You get like this little pot, and there was about 5 days worth in there, so I was able to give it a good go over a few days before deciding whether I wanted to go ahead and purchase the full-size bottle, which I obviously did because I did really like it. And it lasts really well. I mean, look what that has done to my face. It's evened out all of that redness that I had on my cheeks, and it's just given me a lovely smooth canvas, hasn't it, for the rest of my products to go on top of. So I do really like it. If you are on the lookout for a new high-end foundation, I'd definitely say this one is worth having a look at. Okay, so for concealer, Lisa Eldridge does do a concealer. She does the pinpoint concealer, doesn't she, which is the one it's like a pen and it's got the very fine nib, and it's for covering like little spots or blemishes or little veins, or you know, those little areas on your face. Well, that's not the sort of concealing that I like to do. I just want something that's going to brighten these inner corners of my eyes and down here. And Lisa herself did say that that's not the sort of concealing that her pinpoint concealer is meant for. So for today, I'm just going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade 1N. And I'm just going to put it there in those inner hollows there and a little bit here and here. That's all I'm going to do for my concealer. And I'm going to blend that in with my brush. Just tap, 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 blend, blend, blend. Tappy, tappy, blendy, blendy. But oh my goodness, it's been so hot. You know, we're having the UK, as I film this, we're about to go into our 5th heat wave of the summer. 5 heat waves we've had this summer. And I think 2026 is probably going to go down as the hottest year on record. It really wouldn't surprise me. Already, July is the driest July on record. We're in drought now. The country, about 70% of the country is officially in drought. And the areas of the country that aren't in drought are not far behind, actually. It's quite a worrying situation. And I mean, you see it all around. Whenever you're driving around and you're going past all the fields that are usually very green and lush, you know, all the grass is brown. It's like straw now because we've just had no rain. And normally, when you have a heat wave, I mean, the thing that usually happens after a heat wave is a thunderstorm, isn't it? But we haven't even had them. It's just been constant dryness and heat. I mean, we have had humidity as well, but I mean, no rain. You know, we haven't had the rain that we need. So it's quite bad now. I'm just really looking forward to autumn. I really am. I mean, I don't like the heat anyway. You know, even normal summer, I don't like the heat. I prefer the autumn and the winter. I'm a bit strange like that. But this year, it's just been really hard. with all the heat waves. That's why I haven't done a makeup video like this. It's been a long time since I've sat down in this room and done a makeup video, because I just couldn't face it. I couldn't face putting it on, and it just would melt straight off anyway in the heat, so there was no point. So that's why, if you're wondering, that's why I've been experimenting with different types of videos that I could do. This year in the summer, I've done a few sort of out and about vlog type videos. I vlogged my holiday when I went to Norway on the cruise. I vlogged that. What else have I done? I did a clothing try on video downstairs, didn't I, with the fan on. So yeah, I've been experimenting a bit with other types of videos just because I couldn't face sitting in this room doing this. But anyway, back at it now. I'm going to put some bronzer on, and I'm just going to use my NARS Laguna because Lisa Eldridge doesn't do a bronzer yet. I think she might come out with one at some point in the future. I hope she does. If she comes out with a powder bronzer, I'll be all over that. Oh dear, I think she'd do a fantastic job of that. So yeah, just a little bit around that outer perimeter and just across my nose there. Just give a little bit of dimension back into my face. Now then, what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to fill in my brows next. And again, I don't have a Lisa Eldridge brow product. She does do one. She's brought one out fairly recently, hasn't she? And it's like one of those mascara wand type products. Is it a gel or something that holds your brows in place? Something like that. I don't use that type of brow product because I don't really have any hair on my eyebrows. These are tattoos. I get these nano bladed about once a year, which I am due to have done actually, which is why they're quite faded now. But I'm just going to go over them with my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. And I've got this in the shade 3. So yeah, they have faded quite a lot now, haven't they? So I'll be going to see my eyebrow lady, who is lovely. She's called Beth. And she does all sorts of cosmetic tattooing, you know, semi-permanent makeup basically. I did vlog last year when I had it done, so I filmed her doing it last year, and I asked her some questions and had a little chat with her. So if you didn't see that and if you're interested, I will link that in the description box below. So yeah, I'll be going for that again very soon, within the next month or so, hopefully, as long as she can fit me in. Okay, there we go. But yeah, the heat this year, I don't know, it's just been unbearable, hasn't it? If you're in the UK as well, how have you been getting on? Maybe you're someone that loves the heat. I know a lot of people do, don't they? I mean, maybe not when we're going into drought conditions like we are now. I don't know. But we're coming up to the middle of August as I'm filming this now. So hopefully we don't have too much longer left of summer now. Oh dear, can't wait for autumn. Anyway, let's move on to blush. My favourite part of the makeup process is blush. And Lisa, she doesn't have any powder blushes, again, yet. But something that she has recently come out with, and a recent new purchase for me, are the Velatura balms. As you can see, I've got 2 of them. I got the pinky, I've got a pinky one and a peachy one. And the pinky one, which is my pinky one, it's in the shade Rose Madder. It's this one. And if I show you the shade of this, I mean, look at that. It looks like quite a deep, vibrant pink, doesn't it? I'll show you on this hand. If I just do I mean, that's just one swatch of it. It's very, very sheer, isn't it? It's very, very sheer and light. And Velatura, the word Velatura means a wash of colour. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And I've got another one here in the shade Cinnamon Bun, which is this gorgeous, it looks like a russet brown shade in there, but it's actually more of a sort of, yeah, sort of more peachy, warm tone shade on my cheeks. And look at the sheen and the shine that you get from that. You can build it up. So if this isn't enough colour for you, you can build them up. You see, you get more of an intense look. And I actually looked up the word Velatura. I wanted to see what it actually meant. And I've got a definition here written down. I'll just read it out to you. So Velatura, it's a semi-transparent or opaque glaze used in art, decorative wall painting or cosmetics to add a soft, luminous veil of colour without entirely hiding the underlying layers or texture. And that definition is from the Collins English Dictionary. And I think Lisa Eldridge has nailed it with what she has called this product, because it is a luminous veil of colour. It doesn't hide or mask the skin that's underneath it at all. And I think this is beautiful to wear if you've got no makeup on at all underneath it. And in these really hot days that we have been having, I've not been wearing makeup on most of them, to be honest with you. I just couldn't face putting it on. But sometimes if I just felt a bit pale or I just wanted to do something, I have been wearing these just a little bit on my cheeks and a bit on my lips, and it has lasted so, so well. I think they're gorgeous. And you know, if you just put a light layer on, you don't really look like you have any makeup on at all. Anyway, so I've got the two. I've got the cinnamon bun and I've got the rose madder. Well, today I'm going to use the cinnamon bun because I think it goes the best with the eyeshadow look that I'm going to be doing today. So Lisa says for best results, either use your fingers or a brush if you have foundation on, just to stop it from, you know, moving the other products around. If you don't, and if you're putting it onto bare skin, you can go straight in with the bullet. So I've got one of these brushes. It's, what is this? Is this my e.l.f. one? I think it's my e.l.f. one. Yeah, the e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. This is really, really good for cream blush texture products. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on the end and just pat that into my upper cheekbone area there. And I mean, look at that life. That's just a tiny, tiny bit. But if you compare it to that, just that gorgeous, luminous veil of colour, it's beautiful, isn't it? And there aren't many lip and cheek hybrid type products that I've found that work well on both the lips and the cheeks. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking back now over the years that I've used. Some of them come in stick form, some of them are in little pots, aren't they? And I've found personally that they either work on lips or cheeks, but very rarely on both. These work beautifully on both, on your lips and your cheeks. And I'll show you because I will put some on my lips as well. But I mean, look at that. And I feel like that's all the blush I need now. That has just given me enough colour on my cheeks, hasn't it? And that beautiful amount of shine. So I'm not going to use a highlighter either because I don't feel I need one with this. So I'm going to put some on my lips. But before I do, I'm just going to line them. And another one of my favourite products from Lisa Eldridge is her lip liner pencils. What are they called? The Sculpt and Shape Lip Pencil. And this one's in the shade 1C. And I love it. I've learned so much from Lisa Eldridge about how to use a lip pencil and how to really get the most out of shaping your lips. And I don't go mad. I don't overline or anything like that. I just go over that white border. It's called the vermilion border on your lip. I just fill that in just to give a more defined outer edge to my lip area, and you'll see what I mean. So I divide my lips into 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I start in the middle and work out. So you'll see in a minute. I'll just bring my mirror a bit closer. And little feathery, light feathery strokes as well, she says to use. You know, don't just do that, you know. So and she had a really good video as well, a popular video about how to not make yourself look sad, because sometimes if you line your lips all the way around, a lot of us, our lips naturally sort of point downwards at the ends, and if you line all the way around your actual lip, it can make you look a bit sad if your lips do slant downwards. So what she says is just leave the corner, leave that outer corner with no lip pencil on it. And what that does, it just gives the optical illusion that your lips sort of slant upwards. And when you're lining the bottom lip, you know, you can sort of just flick upwards a little bit at the outer edge. I'll link that video below as well if I can find it, but that was a really, really good one. if you have sort of asymmetric lips. She really explains how you can even them up and things like that. So she's a very, very clever lady, isn't she? So let's do this side now. Yeah, so I've gone around and I've left that outer corner with nothing on it. There, there we go. And you can fill in as much as you like with the pencil. I'm just going to leave it like that for today. So the other lipstick that I might have used today is my Luxuriously Lucent lipstick in the shade Rose Official. I have spoke about this before on my channel. It's just a really, really nice rosy pink. This one always lives in my handbag. Magnetic clasp. I love it. And look, you've got the little L, the little letter L on the end as well. Gorgeous packaging. And that letter L is also on these Velatura balms as well. Beautiful. So as I said, I'm going to take Cinnamon Bun and I'm going to apply that to my lips. It feels lovely going on. It feels hydrating and moisturizing and just like a lip balm. I mean, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful shade as well? So it feels like a lip balm on the lips, yet it doesn't feel tacky on the cheeks. It feels like it has dried down nicely on my cheeks. And yet it moisturizes my lips. I mean, I don't know how it does it. I actually don't know how it does it. Anyway, just to show you as well, it twists up like this, you see, and it also twists back down again as well, which is lovely for closing it. But I think these are fantastic, fantastic products. I've been using both of them. I think they're great. And if I could only have one high-end item of makeup, I've been thinking about it. If somebody came to my house and took away all my high-end makeup, right, and said, you can only have one thing, we're going to leave you with just one thing, I think I'd probably be okay on the whole with that because I've got some lovely drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup has really, really come a long way and I've got some great things. But my high-end, my one piece of high-end makeup that I would be allowed to keep, I think I would choose one of these because of the versatility. You can even use it on your eyes if you want to. It's your blush, it's your lipstick, it's like a lip balm as well. It gives you a sort of highlighty effect on your cheeks. And as I say, you can even use it as an eyeshadow. So what other product do I have in my collection that does all of those things for me? I can't think of one. And as well, another reason why I think these are worth it, they are £27. And I think that is worth it. I really do, in my opinion, because I don't know. I don't think there's a drugstore alternative. I don't think there is. I will keep looking. I don't think actually there's another high-end alternative to this. I think what Lisa Eldridge has done with this product is unique, and I don't think anyone else has got a version that does all the things that this one does as well as this one does it. So there you go, Velatura Balm. I'm going to stop going on about that now, but I do. It is highly recommended. Recommended. Right, let's move on to eyes now, shall we? And I'm going to use a palette. Now, I've only got one palette from Lisa Eldridge, and it's not one that I hear people talk about very often. It's one of these lovely eyeshadow palettes that she does. And I saw her being interviewed on the Breaking Beauty podcast recently. I'll link it below if you've not seen it. It's a great podcast. But she was talking on that about the inspiration for the packaging for these eyeshadow palettes. And she said they're inspired by a 1930s cigarette case. And I can really see what she means, the sort of sleek, sophisticated design. You know, it's small. When you compare it to my hand, it's quite small, isn't it? It could easily fit in your little handbag or whatever the ladies used to carry around in the 1930s. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I've got this in the shade Vega, and it is my favorite one out of all of her palettes. I know everybody talks about Betty, don't they, and Sorcery. What's the other one? Fawn, the neutral one. But to me, you can't beat Vega. I just think it's beautiful for my skin tone and for my eye colour. I've got green eyes. This really brings them out. I mean, look, it's just so a sophisticated colour scheme, isn't it? It really is. You've got a mixture of seamless mattes, velvets, you've got luminous shades, and you've got a metallic shade as well. So you've got a mixture of finishes. The formulas are wonderful to work with. The blendability and everything is just great. And I don't always feel like I have to use a primer on my eyelids when I use these shadows. And that is unheard of for me because I've got oily skin. I can get oily eyelids and I've got hooded eyes. If I don't prime my eyelids before eyeshadow, it's just a disaster. But with these, because they are so creamy and buttery and blendable and smooth, I don't really always feel like I have to prime my lids. So I'm not going to today, and I'm going to show you the look that I can get without using a primer. So to start with then, I'm going to go into, what's this called? Turbulence, this is called, and it's one of her seamless mattes. And I'm going to go into that shade on a fairly fluffy brush like this. This is a MAC 217. So I'm going to go into that shade there on this and just run that gently through my crease area. There we go. So already you can see the colour payoff that I've got from that. And this is with no primer. I haven't even put concealer on my eyelids. I mean, maybe a little bit went in the inner corner, but certainly nothing out here to prime. And you just don't need to with these. They blend themselves. And I've even, in a pinch, when I've been travelling and I might not have had the brushes, I've even put these on with my fingers and it works. And you can still get a beautiful look. They're just amazing. The quality of the formulas, out of this world. And I mean, I'm not surprised really, because Lisa Eldridge, she's been the creative director of some big companies. Lancome, I mean, I think she still is she Lancome? Or I'm not sure on that one, but for many years she was. Number 7, you know, Boots Number 7, she did a lot of work for them. Shiseido, I think, and lots of other makeup companies as well. She was behind Lancome's Mr. Big mascara. Do you remember that one? And Lashy Doll. She designed those, and lots of other products too that I'm probably not even aware of that she was behind them. But it was just so interesting to hear her talking on this podcast about her career and about just her history and the people that she's worked with. She still works as a makeup artist. She does a lot of red carpet events. I remember a few years ago seeing Kate Winslet turn up. I think it was at the Oscars one year, and her makeup was beautiful. She had a red lip and she had a fairly sort of neutral eye, and sort of there were peachy tones, and it was just gorgeous. And that was Lisa Eldridge that did that look, and she's done so many actresses, models, celebrities, hasn't she? A lot of red carpet looks. So she does that still, and she's got her own brand of makeup products as well now. She's written books about the history of makeup. She's a bit of a historian as well, and she even did a documentary a few years ago for the BBC. I think it was for the BBC, on the history of makeup. So she's just so full of knowledge, honestly, on cosmetics. She really is. Now then, that is beautiful, isn't it? Just as a base transition shade. Now, next, I'm going to go into this lovely grey with a bit of blue, with a bit of green. Let me just show it you swatched on my finger. Look at that. This shade is a matte and it's called Smoke and Mirrors. And if you've got green eyes or blue eyes, this, just a little bit of this in the outer corner, will really bring out the colour of your eyes. So what brush am I going to use for Smoke and Mirrors? I think I'm going to use my liner brush. This is one from my Bailey set. There you go, Bailey off Amazon. These brushes are fantastic as well. If you haven't heard of Bailey brushes, I highly recommend you have a look at them. I did a video about a year ago when I first discovered them, and I was talking in that video about how much they remind me, so I'm going into that colour there, of the BK Beauty brushes. And I do have BK Beauty brushes as well. I do use them, and that's how I can say confidently that they are very similar. I'll link that video down below if you didn't see it. But if you do want a set of good quality makeup brushes and you want to save a bit of money on them, I can't recommend them enough. I got a set of 15 brushes for face and eyes. It's about 17 or 18 pounds, I think, for 15 brushes. And I've been using them over the course of the last year. I've washed them time and time again. They're lovely. They are still in excellent condition. I haven't lost any bristles or anything like that. They are so good. And like I said, I've got BK Beauty. This is BK Beauty, and this is BK Beauty as well. So, you know, I've got them to compare them with, and I just think you can't beat them. Where's my foundation? My Bailey. Here we go. My Bailey foundation brush. Look at that. It's like the BK Beauty. Is it the 101 with the slanted head? I use this so much for foundation. Yeah, I think they're great. So, if, you know, have a look at them if you want to save a bit of money on your brushes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into that Smoke and Mirrors shade on my angled brush, and I'm going to just gently run it underneath the outer corner just to give a little bit of depth and definition in that outer corner there. Oh, it's such a lovely shade. It's an unusual, unique shade as well. I've not seen a shade like this in any other palette by any other brand. And I've got Natasha Denona's and, you know, the other brands that we like. And there's just nothing that I've seen that's like this in any of those other brands. So, shall we have a bit of shimmer now? Shall I do a little bit of shimmer in that inner corner? I think I will. I think I'm going to go into this colour here. It's called Supernova, and it's a luminous shade. And I'm just going to use a fingertip for this and just go in there. Oh, it's just beautiful. The amount of life and, yeah, luminosity that that brings. Beautiful. And they feel so creamy. They really do. When you get your fingers in them, they're just so buttery. Everybody says buttery, don't they? But these really are. I absolutely love that. And I did a foundation review video a while ago. I think it was when I did the It Cosmetics, the balm, the face balm, and I did a wear test. And I think at the 4 or 5 hour check-in, nobody was commenting on the foundation, but I got a few comments asking me what my eyeshadow was, and it was this. It was this Vega palette by Lisa Eldridge. So lovely. Okay, so as you can see, no eyelid primer at all, and this is the sort of effect that you can get. I think it's great. Now, for my eyeliner, I've recently bought my first Lisa Eldridge pencil eyeliner. And what is this called? It's called Seamless Glide Eye Pencil, and I've got this in the shade Burnt Umber. And if you like just a dark brown, a dark brown eyeliner, look at that matte dark brown that will stay put, like so. If you're like me, if you've got hooded eyes, you don't want your eyeliner ending up here, do you? You put this on, you have to give it a few minutes, give it time to set and to dry down, and then this is going nowhere until you remove it with makeup remover. So let me show you what I do. I just apply it to my upper lid. So I'm going to just put my finger there just to keep my eyelid from moving around, and just go through my lash line with this beautiful Burnt Umber pencil. And then if you want to, you can go over it with a brush and just smudge it out. So you do have that playtime, you know, it doesn't go on and immediately set down. You know, you can smudge it and play with it if you want to. But that is lovely. Look at the depth. Look at the depth that that has given to that eye. It's lovely, isn't it? So we'll do the same again over here. They just glide on. They're so just smooth and creamy. There we go. And I will do the same thing with my liner brush again. Just give it a bit of a smudge. Bit of a blend there. Very nice, isn't it? Now, mascara. I'm very, very picky with my mascaras. because I've got hooded eyes and I've got oily lids, I usually need either a waterproof mascara or a tubing mascara. If I use just a normal one, they do tend to smudge and smear and flake, and they just tend to go everywhere. This one, the Kitten Lash Mascara by Lisa Eldridge, it's not tubing, I don't think, and it's not waterproof. Yet this one, once I've given it a couple of minutes to set, it does stay put and it does last really, really well on my eyes. And again, I don't know how it does that. I don't know what's in this formula, but it's really, really nice. So it comes in black, which is the one I have, and it also comes in a lovely deep brown, which is called burnt umber. It's the same colour as the liner that I just used. So let me show you this mascara. It's got a slight curve on the wand there. It's one of these sort of rubberized ones, which I do quite like. And if you want sort of fluffy, fluttery, fanned out lashes, this is beautiful. And you can really build it up so that you get the level of intensity that you want as well. Some days, if I'm just having a very light makeup day and I don't want to put any eyeshadow on or anything, I'll just put a coat of this on, and it just separates your lashes. It gives them a little bit of length. It darkens them. It's lovely. Someone just came to the door there, but they've gone now, so it's okay. So I'm just going to go into my left eye now and just even them up a bit. So as I was saying, if you want a lovely, fluttery, feathered, fluffy, sort of fairly natural eyelash look, this mascara is beautiful. If you just use one coat, it gives you that, and it really fans them out. You know, if you pull them out to the side like that, it gives you that lovely fanned out, you know, you can elongate your eye with it as well. It's just so, so nice. And she does a kitten liquid eyeliner too that goes with this mascara, and if you really like that cat eye flick, that liner is very nice. But I don't do winged eyeliner or anything like that on my eyes. I just don't like that shape on me. I like it on other people. I think it looks lovely on other people, but it's just not my preference for my eye shape. Now, if you are somebody who prefers a more dramatic lash, if you want a bigger eyelash, just go back in, get some more product and do another coat. And it really does build beautifully. It never goes clumpy either. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube do this and build it up, and it just gives you the most defined, lengthened, thickened, separated lashes without being clumpy. It's so, so good. It really is. I absolutely love it. Ah, and as I said, it's not tubing, and yet it's easy to take off as well. It's not one of those mascaras that you have to spend ages rubbing and scrubbing to take off at all. It's not one of those. It is lovely. I'm just going to put it on my upper lashes today. I don't want to go on the bottom. Just because, you know, it's still hot weather, it's humid, it's heat wave time. I just don't want to risk anything coming off. Not that it would, but you know, I just don't want to do it. I think that on its own, as it is with that eyeshadow, is really, really lovely. And I can't believe I haven't used any eye primer either for this eyeshadow. Can you? It's really good, isn't it? Right, there we go. That is everything. That is all of the Lisa Eldridge products that I'm going to use today on my face already. And I know I used the cinnamon bun on my lips. I am going to go over it with my Luxuriously Lucent lipstick in Rose Official, just to show you as well what this colour looks like. And you can build them on top of each other. That's no problem with these products. I absolutely love this makeup look. And I did say earlier in the introduction as well that there's a couple of products that I don't quite like them on me. They are not bad products. They are very good products. I just don't like them personally on myself. And they are the liquid eyeshadows. Now, I have never found a liquid eyeshadow that I've liked. And I don't know what it is about them. I think it must be a me problem rather than a problem with the products, because loads of people absolutely love these. But I've got oily skin, I can get oily lids, I've got hooded eyes. It's probably just something in my skin chemistry that doesn't get on with these. But I've got one of the matte ones. These are the liquid silk. I've got this one in the shade Ione, which is that lovely cool toned brown. It's like a taupe, sort of a taupey brown. And I've got one of the shimmery ones, the liquid Lurex, these are called, in the shade Emily. And again, they're just not my favorites. They're lovely colors. I absolutely love these colors, and on a lot of people I've seen them looking absolutely beautiful, but on my eyelids they just never seem to set down. They never seem to dry down fully, and they stay sort of tacky and sticky, and when I blink I can feel them, you know, I can feel the stickiness. So these unfortunately are not my personal favorites. However, Lisa's powder eyeshadow palettes, I think, are phenomenal, out of this world beautiful. She does a few different ones in different colour stories. Just pick one that you like if you want to try one. Another great thing about these palettes as well, I don't know if you've noticed, but she does the little holes in the back, and she does sell all of these shades as individual shades as well. So if you find that you have a palette and you use one or two shades the most, and you get that you're hitting pan on them, you might just want to replace those individual shades rather than having to buy the whole palette again. And you can do that with these. You can do that with these. So that is fantastic, isn't it? Because I know on the Natasha Denona palettes, you get the little holes, don't you? So you can move the shades around. But Natasha Denona don't sell the shades individually. So if you hit pan and if you run out of a Natasha Denona shade, you have to buy the whole palette again. And that's quite pricey, isn't it? But with these, you can just buy the shades individually, which I think is genius. I think that is such a good idea. So obviously she thinks about sustainability as well. She's released the world's first completely sustainable recyclable lipstick. I do not have one of those yet. I may well get one of those in the future. The case is absolutely gorgeous. I'll put a picture of it up here so that you can see it. So the idea behind this is that you buy the case. You can even have it engraved with your initials if you want to, and then you keep that case forever then, and when you run out of the lipstick inside, you just buy the insert. So it is completely sustainable, which is fantastic, isn't it? And it's just really nice that Lisa is thinking in these terms, when not a lot of other makeup brands are. So I think that is really, really good. And yeah, I do recommend it. I think the products are fantastic. They are consistently really, really high quality, good products. And you know, if you are somebody that loves your drugstore makeup, and I am too, I really am, but if there's just one high-end brand that I would recommend if you want to have a look, you know, I would recommend Lisa Eldridge, because I really, really do think it's worth it. So anyway, shall I take the hair down? It's boiling today, so that's why I put it up. But I just feel like at the end of these videos, I just want to take the hair down and just give it a zhuzh and just fluff it out a bit, just so that we can see. Oh dear, should I have left it up? I don't know. Maybe I should. Anyway, this is today's finished look from Lisa Eldridge. I'm really happy with it. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you all again in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I hope you're all really well and keeping cool. Okay, bye.